What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. You check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about these recent comments made by Tony Allen, right? And Tony Allen, one of the best like on-ball defenders that has ever played in the NBA. And and throughout history, it shows that somebody like Tony Allen, Bruce Bowen, and guys like that who were great on-ball defenders, like that's not an easy task, right? And you don't have a lot of guys like that come through the NBA and get that title of like defensive stopper because it's just guys that come to the NBA, like it's just so much talent. You have to as a defensive player, you got to be physical, you have to be athletic, you have to be intelligent, and you gotta try different things like denying people the ball, fouling people, and even no matter what you try, like some people just so great at scoring the basketball that it's so hard to stop people, right? And so when you somebody who stand out like Tony Allen, you know like Tony Allen know what goes into being somebody like a defensive stopper, right? And even Kobe Bryant said that Tony Allen was the toughest defender he ever faced. And for somebody who has as much skill and confidence as Kobe Bryant to give Tony Allen his props like that, man, that just speaks a lot, right? And so LeBron James came out and said that the year that Marc Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year, he thought that he should have got it that year. And Tony Allen just came out and just said, he never really saw LeBron James as a defensive player. He was good at getting chased down blocks. And he was pretty good at being like an off-ball defender. Like, he would come behind you and smack the ball and stuff like that. But like if you were in front of him and one-on-one, I've seen guys smaller than him just break LeBron down and fly right past him. He just really wasn't a really good defender at all at no point in time in his career. And so what I want to do is I want to play the audio from Tony Allen explaining why LeBron James is so delusional when he says stuff like he should have had that Defensive Player of the Year award the year Marc Gasol won it.
LeBron at number 22. No decoys.
Let me just speak on that. Like, Brian, stop it, bro. You ain't never had to check nobody, bro. Everybody had to check Brian. His biggest defensive plays are the chase down blocks. You get what I'm saying? That's his biggest thing, the chase down block. But he was saying something like, he could have got Marc Gasol award.
He said that is his award. That's his award. He said Marc Gasol got my decoy.
Cool. So let me pull a sheet up on something. Bro, every time Mark got the award, when Mark got that award, everybody that summer or everybody was asking me why I ain't get the award. Man, I didn't think not one time LeBron deserved that. If Mark didn't get it, I should have got it.
We with you.
That's how I feel.
I ride with you on that.
And to see that he's saying for his legacy, he should have got that award. I'm saying to myself, bro, every game you came in, you was the 100. You was the guy.
You was a traffic cone.
And all you did was a couple chase down blocks a game. Name somebody that he had to lock up and get the win.
Hey.
You can't even think about that because it was always somebody trying to stop him.
Look, and so now you can Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, excellent two-way basketball players, like the best, that the NBA has ever seen when it comes to being able to play at both ends and be dominant at both ends, two-way basketball players, right? LeBron James was never in that category as a two-way basketball player. You even got the guy today on his teammate, you got Jaylen Brown, right? Excellent two-way basketball player. But at no point in time in LeBron James' career where he might have been mid, but he was never an exceptional two-way basketball player. And so, like, LeBron James, in my opinion, is just delusional. This just goes to show that he thought that he was entitled to those awards just because he was, LeBron James. And I'm glad that they had enough integrity not to just give LeBron James that award.
I ain't had time to be stopping nobody. That quite confused me about that.
I think a player with LeBron's like ability, the athleticism, like again, a freak we'd never seen before. I think 6 all-defensive selections is so underwhelming.
It's so
for
hyped
his
up.
career. It's so underwhelming.
Because of them
he should have like 12 of them if he like really cared about that game.
In the shit.
If he was engaged in defense, like
you don't think he should have been number 22?
I just think when I watch him, bro, when I was watching him, I've seen him. He came in year before me.
Yeah.
I always saw chase down blocks. I ain't see no fighting over this. I just didn't see that. I always saw him in the air. He was in there.
And so that's a good point. And I mean, like, you have to really consider the source. Like I said, Tony Allen's one of the greater defenders like in history. Like, and when have you seen LeBron James like get in front of somebody and just lock them down, without anybody can get beat. Even Michael Jordan got beat by Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? When Allen Iverson just crossed Michael Jordan up 2 times and then jade him, right? But LeBron James, Michael Jordan had some success getting in front of people and being able to lock people down and defend. Well, LeBron James has never been that guy who was able to lock anybody down. I just watched a few minutes ago, Jason Terry in that 2011 season, man, when the Mavericks, Jason Terry the clock was winding down and LeBron James was right in front of him, right on him. And Jason Terry wait for the clock to wind down and had just totally disrespect LeBron James, his defensive ability, and just jaded right in front of LeBron James, man, just jade him. So, yeah, man, LeBron James I think that statement that LeBron James made was more out of entitlement. Like, why y'all didn't give me the award that year over Mark Gasol? That's crazy. And I do remember that season. Mark Gasol did have an exceptional defensive, that year. And so a lot, and I can't remember anybody being upset with Mark Gasol winning that award that year. It would, and like Tony Allen said, it would have been him or either, Mark Gasol. Mark Gasol got it. Nobody was, upset about it. But LeBron James thinking that he was in the running. And I wonder why he picked that year and picked Mark Gasol to think that he should have had that award, But anyway, it just goes to show, like I said, the level of delusion and the level of entitlement that LeBron James has just really displayed throughout his NBA career. Always a chase down, when you see LeBron James defensive play, it's that play that he made against Andre Iguodala, the Golden State Warriors, and he came from behind and blocked that layup that Andre Iguodala had. I mean, it was, I don't know how impressive it was, but the timing of the play, I think, in my opinion, was more impressive than the actual play itself. Yeah, I don't know, because I just don't get it with LeBron James, man. And so, he'll make a great play here and there, and then he think that, he should be, defensive player of the year. It really don't make any sense, like I said, man. And not at any point in time in his career has LeBron James been somebody who was just like a lockdown defender, a great two-way ball player. He just wasn't that, because to be a great defender, man, it just takes a whole different mentality and a whole different type of focus. You got to be locked in. If you notice, guys who are great defenders, they don't even really do a whole lot of talking and yapping on the defensive end, for the most part. Because I never recall Tony Allen, Bruce Bowen, the guys like that who were lockdown defenders. They didn't really do a lot of talking, man, because it just took so much focus and so much determination, man, that you had to be locked in for the entire game. Because if you wasn't locked in for the entire game and you let up just a little bit, You know, like the way guys can play and score, man, they can go off and get hot in a minute. So you can't allow guys to get hot or get in a rhythm or anything, man. You got to be from the tip off until that last, you know, to the last second run off that clock. You got to be locked in. And LeBron James was never that kind of player that had that type of focus that where he was going to lock in on defense, you know, for a whole 48 minutes. He just wasn't that dude. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.